guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing some speed makeup reviews of all of the new products I tried in the month of April. I feel like this month has been the busiest month of new makeup releases. I have reviewed so much makeup this month than any other month so far, so we're gonna get into it. Now I will say, if you guys want to see more in-depth on these products, because I am gonna be speeding through all of these because we have a lot to get through, then definitely check out the other videos on my channel of these products so you can see more in-depth reviews, more swatches and all of that stuff, and close-ups. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Every time I start to film, like, my nose starts itching and it's like everything just starts to, like, I always want to touch my face whenever I start filming. We're gonna go ahead and start off with eyeshadow palettes because that's the product, that and blushes are the products I'm most excited to talk about. But I want to start off with the eyeshadow palette that I'm wearing on my eyes today, and that is the Patrick Ta Rose Dimension 2 eyeshadow palette. This palette is so beautiful. If you are a lover of pink shadows, then you are absolutely going to love this. The formula is amazing. I feel like I can actually appreciate this palette more for what it is than the formula because I actually love the color story. I wasn't a fan of the first palette. It was good, the quality was good, but I couldn't really appreciate it because I wouldn't want to pick it up. And I just felt like a lot of the shades I personally couldn't use. They didn't really show up very well on my skin tone. They just kind of blended to nothing. But these shades, every single one of these shades in this palette I can use. They're so beautiful. Every time I use this palette, I create such a pretty look. Today I wanted something more soft and kind of like sparkly, and that's what I got. There's some really beautiful duochromes in here, lots of different textures. I love every single matte shade that he chose for this palette. This palette is just really beautiful and definitely my favorite of the two. This is the one I would truly recommend out of the two if you are a fan of pink tones. So Huda Beauty came out with the color block palettes. If you have not seen this video, this review should be up on my channel already, but I want to talk about this palette just because this palette was a little bit of a challenge. Kind of was like a learning curve for me. Once I learned how to use this particular palette, then it was smooth sailing from there. One thing I learned with this palette is that you have to pack the shade on and blend. Usually that's the case for more pressed pigment kind of palettes, but this one is categorized as an eyeshadow palette, but I just felt like to get the actual shades that I see in the pan onto my eyes, then I had to pack and blend. But this color story is so pretty. I loved the look that I created. It's so beautiful. She did come out with another color block palette, but I didn't pick that one up. This is the one that I gravitated to the most, but I think it's super fun and very different for Huda Beauty. The Norvina Volume 6 palette is so beautiful. These are amazing eyeshadow palettes. The formula is great. This is another learning curve of a eyeshadow formula. The best way I recommend to use any of the Norvina palettes is to pack the shade and then blend. Otherwise, if you just go right into blending, then it's gonna blend away to absolutely nothing. Love the fact that this is truly a ton of mattes. You have a nice row of like shimmery shades and glitters. There are 2 pressed glitters in this palette, so if you like pressed glitters, you may not like this palette, but there's pastels in here and there's a nice bottom row of grungy tones. Every shade is true to color. Definitely check out my review on this palette if you want to see an eye look with it. The eye look that I created with this palette was my favorite eye look I have done this year. I am just so obsessed with that palette. I tried Melt Cosmetics for the first time ever. These are the 2 palettes that I tried, the Gemini 1 and 2 palette. These palettes really exceeded my expectations. The formula is so amazing, super pigmented, really vibrant. This is kind of like the Patrick Ta Rose palette. If you love like those pinky kind of tones, you're gonna love this palette, but it also leans more grungy. I feel like the Patrick Ta Rose palette kind of leans more everyday, soft rose, but if you love those grungy tones, you're going to love this palette. I highly recommend it. I know sometimes people say Melt's eyeshadow formula can be a hit or a miss, but I truly feel like these palettes are a hit. I did use the Gemini palette on my own time. I didn't use it on camera, but I did play with the greens in this palette and it was so beautiful. I did a TikTok and I got a lot of compliments on that eye look. So many people wanted to know what palette I was using because it was so vibrant, and this is the palette right here. So I love this palette, super different, super grungy. The last eyeshadow palette that I tried this month is the ColourPop Avatar eyeshadow palette. This performed really well. Like their formula is super consistent across all of their palettes, but the color story of this is not something that I found that I gravitated to a lot this month. I played with the blues when I played with this palette, but this isn't something that I'm just like, oh my god, I'm dying to use it. But I kind of got it for the nostalgia. Not a reason to buy an eyeshadow palette, but it is a really good formula. I love ColourPop's formula. Every time I get a ColourPop palette, I'm never disappointed with the formula. What I do like about this palette is that each row going across is an eye look in itself, which is really nice. In case you are a beginner and you're just tapping into eyeshadows, this is really great because it kind of like helps guide you with what colors go together. So that's really nice. I did pick up the ColourPop Peeps collection. I only got the Super Shock shadows. These are super, super cute. I love the packaging on these. They have a cute little bunny, which I think is so, so, so cute. I was looking at my ColourPop Super Shock Shadow collection and I was like, I have so many like golden-y tones and I don't have colors, but more so it's because ColourPop doesn't really come out with lots of Super Shock Shadow colors. So I was like, you know what? I need to pick these up, and I'm happy I did because those colors are so cute and they're super vibrant. The last eyeshadow palettes I tried this month were the e.l.f. x Dunkin collection. I do have a full review up of this collection, except minus the sponge, but I literally tried everything in the collection. And I didn't think that the formula of these quads were the best eyeshadow formula that I've seen from e.l.f. I feel like a lot of their other quads had a really, really good formula. The shimmer shades in here are absolutely beautiful. Those are the standouts for me in this. I mean, this is not expensive in itself. I just felt like I was missing like a really true deep matte. They have a brown in here, but you can only build it up so much, and it kind of was like a cool tone brown. I just felt like we needed a little bit more depth in at least one of these, especially if they knew they were going to be selling this in a trio. You know what I mean? So that's how I feel about that. Definitely go and check out my review if you are curious about more in-depth in the swatches of those. So I have two foundations I want to talk about. The first one is the Rare Beauty Tinted Moisturizer. I love it. It's so beautiful. It gives a really beautiful blurred finish to the skin. It's absolutely beautiful. If you're in the market for a really good tinted moisturizer, I do recommend that one because it truly is amazing. I don't have a lot of tinted moisturizers in my collection that I can build up to give me a little bit more coverage, but it covers and it's really nice. The other foundation I tried was the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Foundation, and that did not go too well for me. If you've seen that review, then you know exactly how it was for me, and I tried it couple of different ways. Each way did not work out. I'm 99.9% sure the reason why that foundation didn't work for me is because there was a ton of oils in the ingredients, and oil typically breaks up things. So I found as I was applying other products on top, like finishing up my makeup, it would eventually separate. So that was the problem I was having. So I ended up returning that back to Sephora because no sense in keeping a product that doesn't work for me. There's some products that don't really work for me, but I can easily make it work. So let's go ahead and move on to some more complexion. I love complexion, you guys. We're gonna talk about blush because I tried so many blushes this month and I am obsessed with blush. Like, I don't need to talk about it. I live for blush. I'm wearing like 3 different blushes today and we're gonna get into it. So the first blush I want to talk about is from One Size. I feel like I've been talking about these so much. You guys are probably really tired of hearing me talk about these, but you're gonna hear me talk about it some more. These are the One Size blush trios. I have 3 shades. Oh, I kind of like want more shades. I even went in Sephora and I saw that these are in store now, and I was like, okay, what other shades can I get? And the other shades didn't look like they'd show up well on my skin tone. So I'm sticking with these 3. I'm really happy with these 3. I just am like so excited about it that I just want more shades. But I'm gonna go through the shades that I have. So this is the first shade right here. Berry Gay, which is super cute. I think this one is probably my favorite because it is more berry pink tone. It's absolutely beautiful. It's Fire Starter. This is really pretty. It's an orange. It's not super intimidating. These are really pigmented, but they're not that intimidating. I promise they blend out beautifully. Now, what's really cool about this is that you get a cream blush, a corresponding matte blush, as well as a corresponding shimmer blush. I'm not really a shimmer blush kind of girl, but I do like to use this in place of my highlighter when I don't really want to wear a highlighter. So those are beautiful. I am obsessed with those. I love them. I highly recommend them. They are truly amazing, and I've been using them in quite a few of my recent videos, so definitely go and check those out. Morphe came out with these blush balms. I'm wearing the shade Wild Wine today. It's absolutely beautiful. This formula kind of feels more moussey to me than more balm-like, but it's absolutely beautiful. This is the only blush in my collection that I can use with my fingers, and it just blends out absolutely beautifully. I did end up picking up a third shade that you guys did not see, which is Audacious Apricot. Absolutely beautiful. This is more like leaning more peachy pink, which I do love. And then the other shade I have is called Mighty Mauve, which is a really soft, gorgeous everyday blush. So I love these blushes from Morphe. That is probably my favorite release they've come out with this year. Another blush that was in that collection that I tried out is their powder blush. This is in the shade Juicy Secret. I'm wearing this shade like all on the cheeks. I forgot to film this little clip of this blush, but this is my favorite shade of all the powder blushes. This blends really beautifully. It is truly a great formula. I just wish there were a bigger shade range when it comes to the powder blushes, because they're really interesting kind of shades. And I also feel like the powder blush from Morphe kind of has like a satiny kind of finish to it. It's not truly matte, which I'm okay with, because the blush balm from Morphe is kind of like a powdery matte finish, which I love. Also from that collection, I finally got my hands on the Morphe R46 brush. This is a new brush that Morphe just came out with. This came out with the blush collection. This is actually a hybrid blush brush. So you can use it with powder as well as cream. I use it today for cream. I've been using it today for cream. I actually bought 2 of these. They're so good. It blends out my blushes absolutely beautifully. I haven't tried this blush with powder, just because when it comes to powder blushes, I like a more fluffier, wider brush. This is like super compact, and I feel like it would just put all the product in one spot. Whereas with the cream blush, I feel like it's really precise, and you can diffuse it out really nicely with those like stippling motions. So highly recommend this brush, and it's super cute. It is like a rose goldy pink kind of brush. The Morphe writing is in pink, and then you have like a rose gold kind of ferrule. I believe it's called a ferrule. It's so cute, and it works like a dream for cream blushes. So the last cream blushes I tried this month were from Rem Beauty. These are the new cheek and lip sticks. So I have 2 shades. I actually just ordered a third shade this morning on Ulta's site. It's like the orangey red kind of shade. These are amazing. Okay, these are absolutely amazing. The shades I have are Standing O, which is this one right here. It's super pretty. This is Standing O. Love, love, love the shade. Also have the shade Broadway Baby, which is so pretty. Broadway Baby is the shade that I'm wearing today. I kind of put it further back on my cheeks just to add that like that pop, give it like a cute ombre effect kind of blush today. But I love these, and they're so pigmented, but they just blend like a dream. I feel like they kind of have to be pigmented because you can use them for the lipsticks, but usually I don't really use these products for my lips and my cheeks. I have just been using these for my cheeks, and they are beautiful. So far, well, this and another product that's in this video are my favorites that I've tried from Rem Beauty, and this was my first time trying Rem Beauty, and these were amazing that I was like, okay, I need to get that reddish orange shade because they're just stunning. Next up are these One Size bronzer trios. These are amazing. So I picked up the shade Deep. I got this one more so for a contour. I am wearing this middle shade right here as my contour today, and also the dark trio. And I use this top shade as my bronzer at the moment, and then this shade as my nose contour. These are absolutely beautiful. They are extremely pigmented. Let me just say, they are so pigmented. You definitely need to tread lightly because they did not come to play. One Size is truly amazing. I have loved the releases from One Size this year. They have just truly blown me away, and I love those as well, but they're super pigmented, so I definitely recommend that you tread lightly, but they do blend like butter. The other contour I tried is the NYX Wonderstick Contour and Highlight Duo. I'm actually wearing the cream contour shade today. I forgot to use the highlight shade as always. I feel like I'm not gonna use the highlight shade often. I'm always gonna forget to use it, but I have been using the contour side, and I just think it's such a beautiful, cool toned shade. The shade that I use is a shade Deep. NYX came out with a nice reformulated line of these. Pretty sure you guys have seen the old ones. They only had like 3 shades. It was super waxy. It just was not the best, but I'm so happy they came out with these because I love it. Speaking of the Wonder Sticks, they also came out with blush sticks. Now this was a surprise to a lot of us. Did not see this coming. I have the shade Bright Amber and Fuchsia. Let me go ahead and swatch those for you guys. So this is the Bright Amber and Fuchsia one. I think this one's probably my favorite Wonder Stick that they came out with. And then we also have the, which one is this? Coral and Deep Peach. I'm gonna swatch that right next to the other one. Love these. This is super pretty. I don't really use this shade right here, but the Deep Peach, stunning. Love it, love it, love it. I don't even think we can probably still call NYX Drugstore anymore because they are getting expensive, especially like with the $17 primers. They're getting very expensive. So I can agree to that. On the bright side, we still can use a coupon at Ulta on the NYX products, so that's good. I do have a full review up on my channel if you are curious and want to know more about those products and see how they apply on the cheeks. So I tried 2 concealers. I hauled 2 concealers during the Sephora VIB sale. The first concealer is the one I'm wearing today. It's the Makeup Forever the Matte Velvet Skin Concealer. Now this is a thick concealer, okay? She's thick. I would only go in with a little bit of this concealer because it is super thick, but it blends beautifully. I feel like it covers very well. You guys can see on the screen. It is just a beautiful, beautiful concealer. I don't know what has taken me so long to get this concealer. I like to use it when I want to go more full coverage. It's absolutely beautiful. And then on the opposite spectrum, I did try out the Kosas concealer. This is really, really beautiful. It's great for every day. Whenever I want like a lighter coverage makeup look, which is kind of rare, I'll go in with the Kosas. It's just a beautiful, beautiful formula. The shade that I use in the Kosas is a shade 8, and then in the Makeup Forever, I'm in the shade 5.1. All of these products will be listed and linked down below in the description so you can easily access the products. So I did try out the e.l.f. and Dunkin Putty Primer. This is a really beautiful illuminating primer. I did try the illuminating primer from e.l.f.'s like original core line, and I didn't like it because it was super, super glowy. It made me look like a tin can kind of. But this one has a subtle glow. It's not the exact same product. It does have like a light sweet scent to it, but it is very, very subtle. So if you like that glowy kind of look and you want that glow under your makeup, this is a really great primer to check out. I have been loving the putty, the like limited edition putty primers. You guys know the Cookies and Cream putty primer is my absolute favorite one out of all of them, but this one is really great as well. It's illuminating, which I don't usually do illuminating primers, but that one is super fun to apply, and I always have a great time using it. And I love how my makeup looks after I've used it. So let's get into these right here. I did try out these colored bases from Beauty Creations. These are from their new pastel collection. These are absolutely beautiful. If you are looking for a good dupe for the P. Louise bases, look no further because I am here to deliver. I'm gonna try to put up my little TikTok on the screen so you guys could see. But these are so amazing, so pigmented. They're only $4 each. I have not had no problem just ordering the whole collection of these. I feel like you can get all of these for $22 in the whole little collection. They also have gelled liners, but seriously, if you've been wanting the P. Louise bases, I know they're not easily accessible for us here in the US, but I mean, you can order them from the P. Louise site, but it does take quite a minute. If you just want something that's cheaper, that is just as good quality as the P. Louise bases, those are truly amazing. I just want to quickly talk about these. I did try out the Kosas brow pencil and the brow gel from Kosas. Love these. The pencil is amazing. It looks super natural on the brows. It's very thin, which is nice. The formula is amazing. I definitely think once I go through this, I will repurchase another one of these. The shade I have in my brows right now is brown black. And then the clear brow gel is so beautiful. It sets my brows without leaving my brows feeling like crunchy and hard. And it also lifts them up. I love it. Every time I do my brows with those products, I'm just in awe because my brows look so good when I use them. I love those. So let's go ahead and get into the last couple of products, which are lip products. I tried so many lip products this month. We're gonna get into my first obsession, which are the Makeup by Mario Cozy Lip Creams. Thank you to Elle Negs for telling me that I need to try these out, because when I tell you, these are absolutely beautiful. I have been obsessed. I have not been wearing gloss this month. You guys know I'm a gloss girl. These right here have just truly taken over my life. So the shade that I love the most and the one that I recommend out of all of them is the shade Brownish Pink. I just feel like this shade goes with absolutely everything. Every single thing. This was in my favorites video as well. I truly, truly, truly recommend this shade. It just goes with every single look that I do. I do have this shade right here called Mocha Latte. This is more nude. I haven't really been using this one as much, but it is a really pretty nude, a really pretty everyday kind of shade. But the formula is where it's at. Like, the formula is where it's at. If you don't like those shades, if you're not a fan of how those shades look, check out the formula. They're super comfortable and they last a very long time on the lips. Back to the e.l.f. Dunkin collection. The coffee lip scrub is great. I love it. It definitely does exfoliate your lips and leaves your lips feeling soft. It's only $5. I think this one's $6, but like the regular ones are like $5. So if you're looking for a good easy cleanup lip scrub, this is a good one. I know some people don't like to use their finger. This, you don't have to worry about using your finger. You can just take it and run it across your lips. And then the Glaze for Days gloss is so cute because they come on a keychain. They're really amazing. I'll put them back in this packaging for y'all because the packaging is super cute. And I need to put them on my keys, at least one of them. Now, it is an orange and a pink gloss, but they do honestly transfer as clear on the lips. Either one. So if you're kind of like, I don't want the pink, I don't want the orange, it looks clear on the lips. The Huda Beauty Lip Quip oils are so good. These are amazing. I love the scent of these. They kind of smell like fruity. I have the shade Come Through, and which one is this? In a Jam. So beautiful. I have worn this so much. Oh, I love these a lot. These are really great. Thank you guys for putting me on these because these are amazing. I love a good lip oil. Let's talk about this lipstick that I'm wearing today. This is from Huda Beauty. This is the only lipstick I've tried. This is in the shade Tiramisu. It is so beautiful. It is so beautiful. And the formula just glides on so beautifully. I love this lipstick. It kind of reminds me of the Makeup by Mario lipsticks. These literally remind me of those. Not only that, but this shade is literally the brownish pink shade in the Makeup by Mario Cozy Lip Cream. I think that's why I love it so much. I have just been into those like brownie pink kind of shades. It's so comfortable and it doesn't feel like there's anything on your lips. If there's anything I could recommend from Huda Beauty, it would be the lipstick as well as the cheek blushes. Okay, so I have two more products to share with you guys that I tried. This right here is the Pocket Puff from Beauty Blender. This is great. I've been using this for a while. It's really nice. You just put your finger in here and you can like use this side for like a cleanup or like touch-ups and this side to set, which is what I use today. This does get dirty really fast. Only complaint with this product is that it is so big that I feel like I cannot really get a grip of it. It's too big for my finger. So it's like I can't really like precisely place my powder. I love what it does. I love the texture of it and how it makes my powders look. But as far as the size of it, I just wish there were some smaller ones. Is there a smaller one? Let me know if you guys know there's a smaller size because I just want this, but I just want it a little bit smaller for more precision. That's the only thing about this product. The other product I tried is the Urban Decay Vitamin C Setting Spray. I've gotten a lot of comments on that setting spray, and I will say the difference between that one and the original is basically the finish and the added skincare benefits. If you're that kind of person that loves skincare in your makeup, then that is the one for you. If you have oily skin, I find that you probably would have to do a double doozy with the vitamin C setting spray and like a mattifying setting spray just to have both. You can also use the vitamin C setting spray as like a makeup prep or a makeup primer, like in between steps, and then something else to set it, which is how I have been using it, which is really nice. Whew, I tried so much makeup this month. I think next month I gotta slow it down. I gotta slow it down and not try so much makeup, because this speed makeup review, it's so long. I know it's a long video. If you made it this far, I truly appreciate it. But I hope this video was helpful. Most, if not all of these products, I do have a full in-depth review on my channel in case you are curious about these and you really want me to go in depth and see these products put to the test. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video right here. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.